They're really, really cute. Good morning. It's bright, which means it's after 9 o'clock. It is after 9 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock. So I've just been kind of lazy today. Haven't really done a whole lot of anything. Ugh. I gotta clean up there. That's gross. Other than, if you remember, oh, my soda. If you remember, I had a hook that was coming out of the side of the house, kind of like that one there, but there was another one, and I dropped it on the ground. Well, nice placement for poop. It is the cable line to our house, or was, for like Comcast or Cox Cable or whatever, Verizon Cable. I think they do cable. And you see, here it is. And I took it down because it pulled away from the house, and we don't use it. I don't do cable. I don't believe in giving money to a company who I don't think deserves it. And our current company here in the area is Comcast. I don't like them. I don't like the way they work, they operate. So I don't do service with them. I do a dial-up through another company. So I'm taking this wire down. It's all in the trees and crud anyways. Gonna have to fish it back up and then lower it. Anyways, I'm a big fan of the company that we are with. They really do treat us right. So, but turn you around, you can see. Sorry, I don't mean to make it. See what I'm doing? I'm trying to fish it up through the tree so it'll lower, so I can grab it and pull it down. It should be pretty close to ready. There we go. I can grab that. And then I'm just gonna roll it all up, make a big ball. It's still attached up at the pole. But here in our area, everything that's on the outside of the house belongs to the cable company. So I'm not gonna bother doing anything to it, as in like cutting it up or anything. I'm just gonna put it in a big ball. It's hard to do this with one hand. Also, I'm noticing that there's a lot of branches in the way of the phone line, which I do use, that need to be trimmed and pulled out of the way. So I'm gonna end up having to do that as well. The whole top of this tree is actually coming out. We're gonna take the top of this hawthorn out. All right, and then all I gotta do is roll it up in a big ball, which I'll do, and then I will put it back there somewhere. That holly bush is coming out here eventually too. So there's that. Oh yeah, a lot of branches need to be trimmed up. Don't want to talk too loud because the dogs over there will hear me and then they start coming over here and barking. Oh, did you see the neighbor's sunflowers? She had a really nice garden this year. I'll quietly show you so the dogs don't bark. Just a lot of weeds. Looks like it did pretty good. Just got tomatoes and stuff over there still. This is really pretty. Look at the coloring on that. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know how much of that you can see. It's a really pretty sunflower. Yeah. Very nice. That's my neighbor. She kind of does it for fun, I think. Like all of us. Trying to help out with this whole thing. Trying to help her family have a little extra food. What I find with gardening is kind of funny. There's a lot of people start to garden and they really get into it in the spring and then early summer, and then they go to the beach or they go camping or life gets busy, they get sidetracked, they totally forget about the garden, and then when it comes time to harvest, they're nowhere to be found. That happens a lot. It happens a lot. So, I'll show you what I got. Ooh, besides a lot of weeds. I had found a lot of metal. There's a bunch of this metal. And I had talked to a guy about it. And he told me it was leaning up against an old barn he had. And he told me that he don't know nothing about it, but it's been leaning up against that barn since he was a kid. The guy was like in his 60s. And he said he thinks that it was something his grandfather had taken off of an old barn in the neighborhood or the area, in the area. And he said, yeah, you can have it. I don't care. So I got me some metal. And I'm like, dude, that's like free. So I only need like 3.5 feet. So in between or above the barrels, like we talked about, is where I'm going to put them. And then there'll be the cedar in between them, so it'll look all pretty and nice and everything when I get energy. This is like the only day I have off this week. And I'm really tired. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And, does it? Oh, it does. It's got bugs. I still got to figure out what these are. Oh, it's got a bunch down here too. Yeah. I don't know if I should rip these plants out or what. I don't know. It's really depressing. Kind of happens, huh? Yeah. Well, life goes on. It's actually the first time I've actually ever grown kale before. I've never actually grown it before. But I gotta do some sifting. Nothing major is getting done today. As soon as my kids are out of school, here in a couple hours, we gotta run and go visit with my mom. It's her 71st birthday tomorrow, and the kids and I made her a carrot cake. So with cream cheese frosting. So we're gonna end up doing that. But the yard work, the garden work, chores in the house, they're just gonna have to wait. Because after that, we have a Cub Scout meeting. That hasn't happened in a very long time. So, yeah, very interesting. Haven't had a Cub Scout meeting in a long time. Kind of cool. Be able to get back together again. Yeah, small groups. I say small groups, I mean I think there's only 4 of us at each group. And we still have to do the social distancing bull crap just to make the government happy. Or should I say, Inslee. But whatever. I'm not getting into that. My grass needs to be mowed. My ducks are too young to do it for me. Speaking of which, let's go see how those buggers are doing. Oh yeah, I raked out underneath the rabbit hutches and brought their stuff forward so the rabbits can stir it up. And then there used to be a tire in here. Remember the tire? I pulled it out. And now there's sand. Yay. Anyways, this year I might take a little bit out, but I don't think I'm gonna take much out. Some of this maybe. I'm gonna bring in some more wood chips too. Oh, they're making a mess in there. I think they're having a nap time. Let's see if I can get this down so you guys can see them. They're a little skittish and scared still. Huh. Yeah. I'm gonna huddle in the back now. They're a little skittish and scared. They're really, really cute. They're just starting to get their feathers, so they're getting that real weird stage where the down is starting to not be as visible, and there's big feathers and stuff in the way, and so I'm gonna keep them in here until they're about the size of the ducks, the chickens, or a little bit bigger. And then I'm gonna cut a hole in the door, or in the side of this wall thing here, and give them a door, and they can come and go as they please. I'm gonna put hinges on it, and then that way, if there's an issue or a problem, I can put them back in here for a little bit. Kind of separate them, give them maybe like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes for the first couple of days, and slowly extend it. But they're very messy. I just had clean water in that. Now I gotta put clean water in it again. I'm actually going to get them a bigger container, which is what I'm gonna do here really, really soon. I'm gonna take the bottom of one of those, they call them tall boys. It's like a 30-gallon container. I'm gonna take the bottom of it off and give them a bigger water swimmer thing. They really just want to get their faces wet and cool off and take baths because they're very hygienically whatever. They like to be clean. I gave them some, right now I just gave them some chicken starter and gave them some greens to play with. I don't know if they'll actually eat them, but that's parsley right out of the garden. So we'll see. I have some zucchini in the house, so I might give them a couple of big chunks of zucchini and just let them go to town. Uh-oh. Not what I think it is. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not getting it. Not it. We have flies like crazy. And I'm finding that the flies are total pests. The other purpose of getting the Muscovies is they're, I guess, eat fly larvae, so maybe I'll keep the numbers down a little bit. I doubt it. It's just something you live with. The other thing I've been told is to clean out the pen and then put down fresh wood chips. That would probably get rid of the issue. Or just putting wood, leveling everything out and putting chips over the top of everything, 3 or 4 inches thick. That might work too. At this particular point in time, though, I don't have time. There's so many projects. It's crazy how many projects there really are. And of course, most of it's all like in my head. I could totally just not do any of it and be fine. Oh, I started with some more bricks. So I gotta take all this apart anyways, because that top layer right there of the big bricks have to have the little lip thing on the back broken off so they'll sit flat. But and then I have 5 more bricks that are gonna go on top, and be a peak. I was going to put the thing on there, and I was going to have the fanny thing on there. It ain't going to happen. I mean, it could. It just I don't see it happening. But you know. Anywho, I might play with it some more. All I know is I need a day off. I think I'm gonna go get me a cup of coffee and put my feet up in front of the TV and relax until 3 o'clock. That's what I'll do. All right, y'all. You have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. I want to say thank you for joining me here on the urban micro weird unfinished homestead. But it's kind of the purpose though, right? To always be in movement, to always have something to do. I mean, that is really what this is about. Not so much the having some finished project, but having a project all the time. Always staying busy. Hopefully, I won't have this finished in the next 25 years, because if I do, then my retirement will be very boring. I'll have nothing to do but sit back and watch and relax and enjoy what I've done. Well, I have a feeling I have a future duck farm here. I heard you can turn 4 into 400 in like 3 years. It takes 1.5 years for them to develop enough to be able to have babies. And then they can have 16, 20 a piece per female. And they'll do it a couple times a year, which is fine. I'll have lots of drakes that I can enjoy. More of those. Oh, you can't see it. The sun's too bright. Anywho, you all have yourselves a fantastic rest of the day. I want to relax, and now I'm looking at apples. Ugh. It never ends. Until next time. Bye for now.